Hi class, Mr. Cardinal here with lesson 1-5, multiplying and dividing by 10, 100, and 1000. Today's objective is for you to be able to use place value and patterns to multiply and divide by powers of 10. We've been working with decimals, so a lot of what we will be doing today is working with decimals in terms of multiplying and dividing. The patterns can be used to determine the location of the decimal point in the product when multiplying a decimal by 10, 100, and 1000. As you can see here, these are your notes which you will be receiving tomorrow in class and including in your notebook. When multiplying by 10, 100, and 1000, you are going to be moving the decimal point to the right. So when multiplying, you are going to be moving the decimal point to the right. How many times you move it to the right is dependent upon how many zeros there are. So for example, if we are multiplying a number or value, 1 and 1200ths, times 10, since 10 has 1 0, we are moving the decimal point to the right only one position. So it becomes 11 and 2/10. The second example is moving the decimal point over two places because we are multiplying by 100 and there are 2 zeros in the number 100. So 2/10 times 100 equals 20. The final example is moving the decimal point over three places because as you can see we are multiplying 6,000ths by 1,000. So we are moving the decimal point over three places so that it becomes the whole number 6. When dividing by 10, 100, and 1000, you are going to be moving the decimal point over to the left. The concept is the same, except for, again, the decimal point is going to be moving to your left. The first example is 2/10 divided by 10. It is a division problem, so we are going to be moving it to the left. There is only 1 0 in the number 10. So when we move the decimal point to the left one place, the answer becomes 200ths. For the second example, we have 1 800ths divided by 100. Since we are dividing it by 100, we are moving the decimal point to the left two places. And as you can see, it has been done for you. And the last one, 170 divided by 1000, moving the decimal point over to the left three places, since there are 3 zeros, so your answer is 1700ths. I'm confident that you will do well on this lesson. This is nothing new, and it's just a matter of knowing whether or not you go to the right or to the left. And again, if you are dividing, the number is going to be getting smaller, and if you are multiplying, the number is going to be getting larger. For down below, I'm going to just show you a couple of these problems because I want you to remember that these 10, 1000, 100, those are all examples, or those could all be turned into exponents as well. 10 is also thought of as 10 to the first power. 100 is thought of as 10 to the second power. And again, we know that because 10 times 10 equals 100, and you can look at how many zeros there are in the number 100, and that is going to equal your exponent of 10. For 1000, it would be 10 to the third power. So if you look at the numbers as exponents, you know that the exponent itself is the total number of places you are going to be moving your decimal. Now again, if you are multiplying, you're moving it to the right, and if you are dividing, you're going to be multiplying or moving it to the left. So in this case, 1 51/100ths times 10 to the second power, or 10 squared, you're going to be moving it over two places to the right, because again, we are multiplying. So your answer is going to be 151. Over here we have 31/100ths times 10. We are moving the decimal point over one time because it has 1 0, or the exponent is 1, however you see it in the problem. So the answer is going to be 3 1/10. And the final example with the exponent, there are 3 zeros in 1000, or 3 is the exponent, so we are going to be moving the decimal point to the right three places. So the answer is 4061. I suppose we should do one division problem too. 2 and 6/10 divided by 10. Remember, you could think of this as 10 to the first power. You're moving it to the left one place. So the answer is 26/100. Now I believe that you will do well on this. I want you to, again, Google Classroom is new to us. I want you to try to create a document, and I want you to write these problems or type these problems out on a Google document and send them to me. And don't forget to share them so that I make sure that I get it in my email as well as my Google Drive. So again, the two problems are 142 and 1/10 divided by 100, and number 650 and 5/10 divided by 1000. Thank you. Have a great night, and see you tomorrow morning.